Welcome to Engineers Academy. Subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to receive the notification for the upcoming videos. In this lesson I will be giving a short explanation of the matrix multiplication. As we have learned in the previous lessons that in MATLAB there are two kinds of multiplication. One is the element by element multiplication and the other type is the matrix multiplication. So for the matrix multiplication we know that the order of both the matrices is very important. So if you want to multiply a matrix A with B, so the rule is that the columns of A matrix should be equal to the rows of B matrix. So then in that case multiplication will be possible. Otherwise MATLAB will give us error. So now let's suppose if I run this section of my script file. So let's suppose if I have this A matrix which is a 3x3 order, and I have this B matrix in which has the order of 3x1. It's a 3x3 and it's 3x1. So if I multiply A with B, so the resulting product is of order 3x1. So the order of this product will always be the rows of first matrix and the columns of the second matrix. So this is 3x1. So now let's suppose if I have these two matrices, this is a row vector and this is a column vector. So this has the order of 1x3 and this has an order of 3x1. So if we multiply these, if we take the simple matrix multiplication of these two, so the product is only 1x1. So we already know this. And now let's suppose if I have these two matrices, this is C and this is B, and if I multiply B with C, so the B has an order of 3x1 and this has an order of 1x3. So if I multiply B with 3, so the resulting product will be of 3x3 order. So I think you people all know this simple matrix multiplication. So now let's solve this problem, this simple problem. In this problem we are given with this data. So in this data an aircraft speeds are given for a complete trip, and in that trip one trip consists of some legs. So for each leg we are given with speed and corresponding time. So the speed is given in mile per hour and the time is given in hours. So we are required to find the distance traveled in miles for each leg, and then we are required to find the total distance traveled by the aircraft in the complete trip. So now if we see that we are given with this table, so for the first part in which we need to find the distance traveled in miles for each leg, so what we will do, we need to multiply each speed with each corresponding time, so we will get distances. So this means that for the first case we need to multiply S with T. So we need to have the element by element multiplication for the first case, and for the second case we need to find the total. So if I write this in a matrix, so I will have this, and this is what, this is 1x4. And if I write the time, if I take the transpose of time, so what we will have a 4x1 matrix. This is 1x4 and this is 4x1 matrix. And now if we multiply these two matrices and we apply simple matrix multiplication, remember, so if we apply simple matrix multiplication, so what we will get the total sum of the all legs. So we will find the total distance traveled in miles using the matrix multiplication, simple matrix multiplication. In the first case we will multiply element by element multiplication. So let's see it in MATLAB. It's very easy. So now I have already written the distances here. I have taken 100 common as I already do. So this is the S, the distance travels in mile, and this is the time taken for each leg, and this is in hours. So so this is S and T. So now if you want to find the distance for each leg, let's suppose. So I will write S dot steric T. So now these are the distance leg for the first leg, 400 miles, 1250, 1200 and 1200. Now if we want to find the total distance traveled for the complete trip, so what we will do, we can apply the matrix multiplication. So I will write total distance, let's suppose. So now I will write equal to S and simple matrix multiplication. So I will write this. Sorry, I need to take the transpose, so I will write T transpose. So if I multiply this, so this is the total distance. And if we wanted to find the total distance using this distance leg, so we could have also find this 40, 50 by using the sum function. So let's suppose if I use sum function, if I write total distance, let me write some another name for this variable. So I have write total distance. So now if we want to find the total distance from using this method, so we can write it like this: sum of distance of legs. So it is 40, 50, and we can also write it like this. Beside writing this, we could have also write like this. So I can write it like this as well: 40, 50. So these are three different methods for using this problem. So as you people can see that element by element multiplication has its own significance, as in this problem we are required to find the distance traveled for each leg as well. So if we were asked only to find the total distance traveled, so then we do not need to find the distance for each leg and then to take the sum for this. So we had to apply this method directly if we need to find the total distance for the complete trip. So we would have to multiply S multiplied by the T transpose, so we would get the total distance traveled. And so now for this problem, the total distance traveled by the aircraft is 40-50 miles. So I think you people would have understood the significance of element by element multiplication and matrix multiplication. Now let's suppose if we have a force vector and we have a distance vector. So this is a force vector. Let's suppose it's 1 Newton towards I, 2 vectors towards J direction and 1 Newton towards K direction, and this is the distance traveled. So now if we need to find the dot product of this force and distance, we need to find what? We need to find work. So how to find work? So for to find work, I need to multiply force with distance. So what we get, the total work done is how much? That is the 8 Newton. So if this is the method for dot product, so it's very important. And then there in MATLAB there is one another function for dot product as well. So if I write dot and if I write force and distance, so again we can use this method for finding the dot product, and also we can use the dot function for finding the dot product of two vectors. And now if we want to find the cross product of these two, let's suppose, so I can write cross force and distance. So now this is the cross product of force and distance. So these are two special functions in MATLAB for dot product and cross product. In MATLAB there are some special matrices functions. So let's suppose if we want to have an identity matrix, so let's suppose if I write I and I write, let's suppose 4, so this will generate an identity matrix of order 4 cross 4. So if we write I and some number, so it will always generate a square matrix. So if I press enter, so this instruction generated a 4 cross 4 identity matrix. Now let's suppose if I want to have an identity matrix of order 3 cross 3. So what I will do, I will write I3. Now let's suppose if I want to have an identity matrix of some other order, let's suppose, so I will write, let's suppose I want to have a 3 cross 2. So I will write it like this. But as we know that identity matrices are always square matrices, so yes, using MATLAB we can generate any I matrices, but normally the identity matrix look like square matrices. Then there is another special matrix function, that is ones. If you people want to create a matrix in which all the elements are 1, so you people can write it like this. So if I want to create a 3 cross 3 1 matrix, sorry, I need to write ones. So ones and 3. So it has generated a 3 cross 3 ones matrix. And there is another special matrix function, that is zeros. So if you want to generate a null matrix, so what we will do, we will write zeros, and let's suppose 3 cross 3. So if I want to have a zero matrix of some other order, so I can write the order as well. So if I want to have a 2 cross 3, so I will write it like this. So these are some special functions, and you people can generate these special matrices using these 3 functions. So I think that's it for this lesson.